Okay, welcome back to another video of the Targeted Individual Program, Targeted Individual Experience. Alright, so you guys saw me get a little bit heated there because, again, as a black person, you know, my people have been so conditioned to ignore the reality that sometimes it's infuriating, and as James Boylan said, to be a black man and conscious in America is to be angry all the time, right? And, again, but some people will, misconstrue that, or they will try to create a false narrative of what he says. And what he's saying that you're not angry to the point where you want to commit act of violence on the oppressor group, but he's saying that this shit makes you angry, right? Because you understand the lies, the manipulation, the deception, and black people all in the churches. Black women, 86% highly Christianized. Black men, 70% highly Christianized. Even the white people that their ancestors gave us that BS Christianity, right? They realize and understand because they know the truth. Right? So all that shit they're pushing about God is this, or God's the only person that created, like whatever. They know that they're scientists, even the Christian scientists are out there. We already know that they can create a clone of anybody, right? What else were they doing? Right? What else were they doing? We know that they were out there creating and studying our DNA. Why? Why? Baltimore in the 90s, right? Stealing the DNA of thousands of black boys. Why? We know that they have created weapons that can attack you based off of your ethnic group, your DNA. Right? But God allowed, then they'll say, well, it's the devil. Really? Well, you telling me God is not stronger than the devil, that God can't stop the devil from doing that, from wiping out humanity? Then they'll say it's God's will. They've been conditioned to always have an excuse for their God. And it's not even their God. Okay? You know what I'm saying? Because when you go back into the history of religion, you'll see that their God, just Yahweh or whatever, Jehovah, whatever you want to call it, was one of the lesser gods. Okay? It was one of the lesser gods who was jealous. That's why in the Bible it says, I am a jealous God. Yeah, because he was jealous of other people worshiping other gods. Right? But again, that's created by man. That's not something that, God, man created God. God didn't create man. We have to have that understanding. Right? So they look at my phone all the time. You know what? When you look at my phone, man, I've conditioned myself to where I start to feel good, knowing that exposing them so much that they got to try to stop me by looking at my phone, right? So like I said, God never created man. Man created God. And I talk about the use of people with mental illness to try to target me or have you, and that's fine. You can tell this brother's not right, okay? Right? So people can say the same thing about me. I'm not right, but trust me, I'm right. Right? What it is that they've been conditioned to look at people like myself, right, who have knowledge, have understanding, who they try to keep to still have under the indoctrinated mindset, and so they conspire. They'll do whatever they can and they feel like to to try to bring you back under that fold, even set you up. Like I said, I tell my kids, I tell my son that, I said, listen, they are police officer out there, and not even police officer, but your very own people who will set you up, who will put shit in your, like I tell them, I said, don't be smoking weed, taking weed from nobody. I said, you go get your own weed if you go to smoke weed. Okay? I've seen too many black men get hooked on drugs, particularly crack, because their friends decided, because they've been put on to crack in their weed, to put it in the weed of which they give to somebody else, and get that person hooked on crack. Why? Because that concept of creating people to be just like you, right? So why do you see the transhumanist agenda unfolding at such a rapid rate? Because those elites who have a sick mindset, okay, they want to create other people like them, right? and it's and I gotta tell you, and it's about profit. It's about profit, power, and to create other people like you because you have a warped mindset. All right. So, when you understand that racist people have to create more racist people, right? It's all part of the human mindset and the human consciousness, right? We want to attach ourselves to people who are like us. No, that's different from creating people who are like you. So those people who psychologically are screwed up, have body dysmorphia and have the finance and the power to want to push their agenda, their transhumanist agenda, trying to create young children who are confused about their sexual identity, right? And then creating a whole industry, right, of creating medical tools. So now these doctors can train, they can perfect their craft of sculpting whatever shape a human being might want because, again, of their mental illness, right? And particularly if you look at countries like Brazil, right, where the doctors there, they're expert in creating fake vaginas. They're expert in sculpting a man's body to look like a woman. They're expert, right? And then you see black women in particular. Black women is the only group of women in this country that you see dying from going to get BBLs, going to get their body altered. Black women, right? They're willing to travel out the country to pay less in facilities that are not sterile, doctors who don't give a shit about them. Okay, even when they know they have bad health, they'll still go do it on diet. So you can't tell me brainwashing don't exist and brainwashing this and that. I look at the reality. I look at the truth. I do my research. Okay, I may not retain much of it, but I still have the documents and I can always go back to it. Okay, so there you go. Right? Anyhow, I'll talk to you guys in the next video.